Good morning. Today is Sunday, May 19th, 2024, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So, seeing where Bitcoin went in the last week and where it could potentially go in the future. So this was a good week for Bitcoin, actually. We're mid-May at this point, May 19th, and it really just shot up for the entire week. So it kind of hit the bottom of the channel and then it just, blew up to the upside. So that's kind of what we are expecting. Still in that range there, that bullish flag. So we've really recovered most of what the down slope was in May, and kind of getting back towards trying to breach out towards all-time high. So I think that's going to happen sooner than later. I do think that's going to happen sooner than later. So overall, May has been pretty good. So really, like I said last time, if we look at the peaks in 2021, there was this peak here. It came down. It couldn't break above 61K. But now that it finally did break above and close above 61,000, it's coming back down to retest. And this was max pain because, again, you had this level right here that it just it couldn't break last time, but now it's serving as a floor. So it was a ceiling before. Now it's a floor. Let's take a look here at the weekly chart. Look at that, straight up. So this we came down for about 8 weeks. And then this one candle, we ended up engulfing one, two, three, four weekly candles worth of data that was just erased in 1 week. So that is a big bullish confirmation for me when you see something like that. That's a big reversal candle. That is a huge reversal candle there. So put the drawings on, we'll kind of see a little bit more. So again, it was really a range. You'll see it more clearly on the daily chart because it's you have less of these wicks. But even with the wicks, they came down to 61,000. It might have dipped below it for a little bit, but nothing crazy. So yeah, 61,000 was that key level right here. So if we put it 61,000 right there, it couldn't break below it. So it attempt one, there was an attempt here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it could never close below it. So now this is served as a floor, and it's really going to go back up. So we're kind of in a good spot here. What else do I want to talk about on the weekly chart? We have this bullish flag here. This bull flag that I talked about last week, and let's just kind of see scale up a little bit to see where we could go. So the thinking behind a bull flag is that the flag pole and then the actual flag right here. So the flag pole should be as long as the next extension. So that's your general assumption. So if we ran up like almost $35,000 from top to bottom of this pole. Let's just say that potentially we do the same thing here. So you get here, and what's $35,000? It's like 34.6. Yeah, so that puts you right at about 90,000. I think we're gonna hit 90 a lot quicker than what people think, and it's just going to kind of go running off. So the thing with consolidation is it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of activity in the market. It just means that buyers and sellers are equal, but I think buyers are really about to overtake things, especially if this Ethereum ETF gets approved this week. And even before the end of May, it doesn't even necessarily have to be this week. But if it does that, I think we'll be in for a good ride. So looking at the Ethereum ETF, actually, you have a couple. Let me see who you have. VanEck, ARC, Hashdex, Grayscale, which I think they have actually removed theirs. I'm not sure. I need to look into that a little bit further. Invesco, iShares, which is BlackRock, and then Fidelity. So the final SEC deadlines for these right now are coming up. And I think what's going to happen, this is Thursday and Friday, and then Thursday of next week for the first three. I think they're going to end up approving all three of them all of the ETFs at the same time. They're going to approve them all at the same time, the same way that they did the Bitcoin ETF, the spot ETF. And I think it's going to be good. They don't really have too much of a reason not to at this point. The SEC has kind of painted themselves into a corner. They've just had loss after loss, and this is going to be another one. So looking at this here, like who's the custodian? You have Coinbase. Fantastic for Coinbase because all these transactions, they're going to get a piece of it. They're getting fees, out the world. So I've already talked about Coinbase as a stock before. I know it's going to be one of the top performers this cycle, and it really has nothing else to compare it to at this point because it was released so late in the bull run last cycle. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's look at the news this week. Nothing much really. You have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, nothing. FOMC minutes is kind of important. So that the FOMC meeting, they will release the minutes of that, and then we'll be able to see what that is and what the Federal Reserve is saying. You got unemployment claims, flash manufacturing, flash services. That doesn't really matter too much. I mean, minor news that may cause a little bit of volatility, but nothing major like CPI or non-farm payroll, stuff like that. So consumer sentiment, nothing crazy. So yeah, let's look at the ETF flow. So this is a chart. So the last couple, let's look at the last couple days. That's picking up. So 60,000, 100,000, 300, well, not, yeah, 66 million, 100 million, 300 million, 257,000, and then 221 million. I keep saying thousand so it's million. It's definitely million. Total cumulative spot flow. So it's like it really ran up, in January, and then they've just kind of been stagnant since really March, which kind of coincides with when everything kind of cooled off with the price and whatnot. But Grayscale is starting to have some days where it is peaking positive. That is a great sign because all of this selling was Grayscale before this. That demand is starting to peak up. So overall, all good things. I mean, we look at even this chart too, it's a little bit different. So you have Grayscale, which is doing all this selling, and they are in gray. BlackRock is this, and then the total cumulative flow. So the negative plus the positive is right here at about 11 million. No, that's $11 billion of total flow into the ETF. So still more to come. I think we're in a period of where we're about to see some type of expansion for sure. We can go down to the daily chart even. Not mean to move that. So let's move this. Yeah, so I mean, we came up and we've just been in this range for so long. So you have, you came up and formed a high, and then you formed a low, and then you formed about, like I say, about an equal high, but it's really like a lower high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher, no, that's lower high, lower low, and then I'd say about an equal high with right here, or a lower high, whichever way you want to look at it, higher low, and now a higher high. So we are starting to take out some of these levels, which is key. We're at the top of this channel, so you could see a slight pullback before rocketing it off to the upside. That's kind of what we'll see. So again, I think we're gonna get to 90, 100K before people know it, and it's just not gonna. We're not turned around once we get there. That much I do know. So you have this little brief breach under here, and then it's being held up by the moving averages right now. You have your 100 moving average right here. You have your what is this? This is your 50 moving average and your 200 moving average. So these are just creeping up as time goes by, and every time that they creep up, it allows the demand floor pretty much creeps up too, because people are following these Fibonacci levels. They are following these moving averages and things of that nature. So is there anything else I really need to talk about? I don't think so. There's not really a ton to talk about right here. For our chart, if we want to get really you had this major drop, then that was your equal high. Actually, no, that played out perfectly. Yeah, no. So I was saying last week that we were having a bull flag. So I said this, and then lo and behold, for the whole week. So where was this? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. My forecast came out right here. Somewhere in here. Yeah. So if it came out right there, I said we're in the middle of a bull flag. Lo and behold, we absolutely were. So if I look at it like this, right? Arrow. This one, then you have another one right here. I said it, I called it right here, bull flag. However you want to, kind of look at it, but overall you had that move right there. So double bull flag. I mean, this one kind of sent it to the top, and then now we'll just have a little bit more consolidation before we get there. So I am super excited for this upcoming week. The return of Roaring Kitty last week was super unexpected, but I think he's going to bring a lot of retail money into the space. Not him specifically, but just his reappearance. It woke a lot of retail up for sure. and shook the foundations of Wall Street just a little bit. So I mean, people are in a state of anticipation of what's going to happen here. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we're at a critical period. We're at a turning point to where you have the Ethereum ETF on the horizon. Bitcoin ETF has already been approved. You've had the halving already. Now suddenly Roaring Kitty appears. You have institutions that are about to start getting into it a lot more. You have the it's just so much. Everywhere I look, there is good news. Nothing but good news. They may not tell you that in the media, but let me be the first to tell you, if you have not heard, everything is going according to plan almost perfectly with crypto. I've been doing this for over a year at this point. So it's exciting to see things start to play out. So again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out our crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com. Join the Pulse on Crypto Discord. And we're going to have a product release pretty soon here within the next week or so. So check us out. Be following the page, and we will we'll see you on the moon. Take care. Bye-bye.